I am the War Chief.
So this is just for the YouTube part of the video. I'm just cutting this from the stream highlight to include as a reaction video for Myth's new group song, Nonfiction, right? So we're reacting with the chat right here. So we're going to be going through the quick pass and then a lyric breakdown. Here we go. Holy crap. You cannot start off with strings that beautiful. Oh my god. Hey, isn't that the same font that's used for red? Gura's voice here. Oh my goodness. The vibrato in her voice. Director, producer. Freaking Callie, of course. What is friggin' art? Echo Motion, shout out to them. Oh, good lord. Oh, that's the same guy who did Callie's Unalive. I see. They are really getting a chance to shine, each of them. Be brave. What that freaking fire animation? Ah! This is the opening to the new season! This is definitely an opening to a new season. Well, technically, if you think about it, they've gone 2 years, so this is now season 3, right? Season 1 was their first year. Season 2 was the second year. Now they're going on their third. So this is like season 3 now. My god. I would love to see an anime with this kind of art style. Looks expensive as hell though, but oof. Man. Full power Callie. You can see all the experience she's gained over the past how many years? The past 2 years or so. Even Ame's putting out some good stuff. Good lord. I love the font that they chose too. Ina's so cute though. I can't take Ina's battle pose seriously. There we go, that's more like it. Add the effects. Dang. That added twinge of echo at the end of that note was fantastic. Oof. Those high notes. They're killing it with the high notes. My god, all of them. It kind of gives me some Ruby vibes when it was still good. Like season 3 Ruby. This almost sounds like the hidden secret song in Callie's Unalive album. Oh my god. Callie ending it off. Holy sh... my god. Oh, this can go in so many directions. Fantastic stuff. Okay, now you guys know I am a big fan of the I'm such a big fan of the high fantasy aesthetic, or like JRPG style songs like this. I mean, look at that art. We are so spoiled with how frigging good this art is. And here, wallpaper moment. Actually, there are so many wallpaper moments here. Good lord. It's like it can be a JRPG, an anime opening. Season 3 myth for sure. Goodness. Ooh. Oh, wow. And you can really tell how far all of them have come as performers and vocalists as well. Those high notes they were hitting, huh? Those high notes, especially like at the second half, they were killing it. Especially Kali, my goodness, in terms of just your improvement as a singer. Kali and Ame showing up. Actually, all of them. Whew. Okay. Alrighty. So, that does it for the quick pass. This is for the YouTube part, of course. And I know there are going to be some of you here who are only here for the quick pass. And for that, I appreciate you guys all the same. Thank you so much for dropping by. For those of you who are here for the lyric breakdown, let's rewind this thing. We'll be pausing quite a bit. But hey, we're going to be giving a hell of a lot of appreciation for this thing. Bison. You guys. All right. Here we go. Yeah, the chat's giving a shout out, greeting the future viewers of the reaction. My god. I'm sorry. There aren't even any lyrics to analyze there. But when you open with a string arrangement that freaking amazing, you know immediately you're in for a treat. Once upon a time is not over. You can really hear Kali's lyrical poeticism coming through here. Fractured deeply, remember sorrows. Dang. Alright. Just come on now. Come on. Director, producer, and lyricist. The story does not begin. Right? Some once a time is not where our myth belongs. Faded lines of words and rhyme is a hidden song. Fractured deeply, worn by sorrows from time and time again. Take my hand and enter our pretend. Because myth was not the kind of myth that you find in a storybook. They all started here on YouTube. And, of course, we're only privy to the stuff that they allow us to see. So of course, remember they have gone on record. I mean, Kali has said a few times now that, you know, they were the first EN branch. They had to figure this out. And if it was very difficult at the beginning, of course, while you were still figuring everything out. So those were the hardships. Those were the things that you had to go through. Of course, on stream, you're going to be like, you know, what you see on stream is like, oh, this is great. It looks like it's the easiest job in the world. And like, no, not at all. Okay. All of their voices really fit the mythical sound. That's true. That's true. And of course, having Gura open up the vocals, open up the song with her vocals. I love the way their names are written in this font. Starlit Skies. Lost souls will hear our song when gone astray. Nice! Hold on, before we go to that part. Stay unafraid. When forces say behave, we say be brave. I really feel like that's a slight nod towards Coco Senpai. It is easier to just ask for forgiveness than ask for permission sometimes. And then that part at the start, look, inviting those along. I was very right there. Nice one, Sansa-san. So, by Starlit Skies, inviting those along, right? Lost souls who hear our song when gone astray. Like, this feels like a nod to those people, you know, whose lives were changed by Hololive. Remember, by the time Myth popped up, it was during the whole, you know, it was the big pandemic situation, honestly. So a lot of people like were quote unquote saved, right, by Hololive. They lost souls who hear our song when gone astray. Like, you've kind of lost their path. And on Ina's part, right? On Ina's part, it was like she saw a big resurgence of artists. Remember, there were some times when people were saying, hey, Ina, just wanted to say thank you because I rediscovered my passion for the arts through your streams and stuff like that. Lost souls who hear our song when gone astray. Ah? You say, be brave. Oh, yeah. I mean, one of the most famous, the animators for Gura, Doodle, he was on how many months of a hiatus? He just came back from the dead because of Gura. Yeah. We ignite from live. No doubts can take away. Wow. Wow. See, you can definitely tell it's a Kali song because there are so many layers to these lyrics. Right. So in a desperate shout, our souls reach out with pen towards every page. A fire no doubts can take away. Hints, they ain't stopping anytime soon. Got no fairy tale where love prevails, because this isn't a fairy tale. What they've established almost like is a world, you know, the whole VTuber thing, the whole thing with Myth. It almost feels like a fantasy world, but we are still operating within reality. There's no, what is this? Like, how do they phrase it? There got no fairy tale where love prevails. Though painful, now we move endlessly on. By your light, your spark headfirst into the dark. And what that's telling me is that in as much as we would hope that certain things didn't turn out the way they did, fact of the matter is we are still operating in reality. And that's what we have to work with, and we move forward. We head first into the dark. And it's saying that, if you think about it, this is probably a reference to how they might have been here doing this for 2 years now, but there's still so much potential, so much they can do, so much potential they can reach. So they're still technically in the dark because we have yet to see so many things, so many ideas to come to fruition. Yeah, it's non-fiction. It's non-fiction. This art, man. Kali's pose here looks like she's about to unleash a super move. There you go. Wow. Burning flames. Okay, before we jump to Ame's part. Will the faded lines... You notice how they keep referencing some once upon a time, no? Some once upon a time is not where a voice gets heard. It's really just showing the fact that this isn't a fairy tale that they're operating in. We are still in reality. It's not where a voice gets heard. Faded lines of speeding time make us flightless birds. So, funny thing here is like with the faded lines of speeding time, because essentially, this feels like a small, like a little thought process that if you think about it, it feels like, oh, VTubing is the next big new trend. But if you think about it, Hololive has only been around for 5 years, which feels like a very long time, but also within the grand scheme of things is still just a small fraction, a small period on the pages of history. All those faded lines like, will speeding time make us flightless birds? Will the trends eventually pass you by? Who knows? All streamers also start with a void of silence. And that's true. Yeah, we all start from zero. I mean, we were nothing last year. We had just been starting. And you have to pick up that pen and start writing your own story. 1 year later, here we are with 2K subs. The faded lines of time make us flightless birds. When a pen is running dry, soul on fire is driven to react. Yeah, see? This one kind of like, you can almost see this as a small reference to Kiara, who said that right before she joined Hololive, she was on the verge of burnout and on giving up. The pen had run dry, and this was her soul on fire with one last hurrah. She applied for Hololive and got in. Driven to react. When the burning flames attack, we will never fade to black. Damn. Ame, take it away. Merch. Through voice 5 as real as they say. Okay, so that part from Ame essentially just builds up on what we were saying earlier about what Kali did. Not a dream or a trick of light. Always vacancy. Take a seat. We're always welcoming. Yeah? It's our story's time. A world is brought to life through Voices 5. As real as they say, pen a sword, we're choosing fate. So the cool thing is here, always vacancy, take a seat. That's probably not just for the audience or like welcoming new members into the rabbit hole. This take a seat could be also a reference to welcoming everyone who wants to try and joining, you know? Auditions and whatnot. There's always vacancy. Take a seat. And never lose our way is a big amount of pressure. Yes, agreed. Agreed very much. Yeah. Because as much as they're here, it almost seems like they're a mainstay, they're a permanent fixture in your lives. The smallest thing can just, you can never tell. So just appreciate it. We can just be here and support them. Pen a sword, we're choosing fate. The pen is a reference. I feel like the pen is a metaphor to how you write your story, really. All 5 went through quite a hard time pre-holo. We can never lose our way. It's not even saying, the way it's phrased, right? It's not even saying we will never lose our way. It's not a battle cry. We can never lose our way. The fact that it's in present tense, it's more like a looming warning. Like, we cannot lose this right now. Yeah. Ina, your turn. By Starlit Skies. Nice. Right. Yeah. This. Yep, this is what Kiara was saying earlier. Be brave. I wonder how Ina's gonna react to her pose here. It's kind of cute because like you can't imagine with Ina's personality. Imagine her doing that. Oh boy, here we go. Character references. The ocean's full of life. Okay, time out. That little bridge part. Defiant till the end, I'll stay killing. They're essentially reciting their anthems and their battle cries here. Defiant till the end, I'll stay killing. To sing. Kiara will dance in burning embers unyielding, and your love's given me wings. Learning to remember the good times we bring. Our ocean's finally full of life, set every vital piece in motion. Now we're right. This one's just like a good nod. The cry of there's now the battle cry, because essentially with what Ame said here, we can never lose our way, and this is the response. We'll stay killing to sing. We'll dance in burning embers. We'll remember the good times. The ocean's full of life, and we'll set things in motion. Ah, beautiful. Yes, referencing their character themes and who they are. This friggin' art, man. Wow. Hopeless days are just a part of being free. Wow. Callie, the way you ended that part. Although I noticed here too, in that last chorus. Here. Cliched, maybe we move on. This part. There. In a desperate shot, our souls reach out. The starry night, fire no doubts can take away. But now it's like earlier they were saying it's not a fairy tale, but now we write a fairy tale. Right? Here. In a desperate shout, souls reach out. And towards every page, starry night. Got no fairy tale. See? The first chorus says, we got no fairy tale where love prevails, though painfully now we move endlessly on. The second one is phrased very differently. We will write the fairy tale where love prevails. They're saying there was not, just before, there was no myth. And now, there is. And now this is their story to write. There was no story of this before, no fairy tale where love prevails. So it's their job to write it. My God. Wow. This is fantastic stuff. Hopeless days are just a part of being free. And it's once again calling back to, hey, it's not as easy or as just, as it sounds. Not as liberating and as happy and easy and fun. Yeah. Okay. Woof. Smile side by side among the stars. Is that a reference? I feel because it's Callie. It almost feels like side by side among the stars. What are the boys called? What are the boys called? This is essentially a big middle finger to all of you haters out there. We'll smile side by side among the stars, and there's nothing you can do about it. Ah, Kali, you're the best. And the stars also refer to their predecessors? I see. I like it. Multi-layered, multi-layered lyrics. Sanzu-san says the stars refer to those who established the brand before them. But we can also refer to the stars as the boys as well. You see? Kali and her lyrical poeticism at its finest. Yeah. So that is amazing stuff. Okay, let me just freeze it here on this fantastic art. All right, let's just do this thing for the YouTube. I know that was a longer video and a longer lyric breakdown, but you gotta imagine that was a Kali song. There's so many layers to her lyrics. So there's really no choice. That really is. Hey, we went 25 minutes for that. Hey, worth it. Okay, so this is for the YouTube part. The chat is still gonna be here afterwards. So yeah, for those of you who are watching this highlight on YouTube, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you guys for hanging through the lyric breakdown. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to gain a better appreciation for the lyrics as we do around here. All right. And with that, I would say our session is adjourned. Everybody, please take care of yourselves. And the chat and I will see you in the next live session. All right. This is SenWarchief signing out on YouTube, but the live chat does continue. See you guys.